All righty, folks. We are centered up here. It is Sunday, October 12th, 2025. We're here in the Lip Cave. Weather outside, give you a little weather update here. Not that you don't know it, but it is windy. Chance of rain not till really here, chance of rain not till later. Now it's raining down the shore where my son and
Yeah, I heard
family are.
down there.
They're down the Cape in the Seashore Campground, and it's raining pretty good. And I looked at their radar for down there. Looks like they're gonna have rain till around two this afternoon. So anyway, just windy here. Got some things to touch on. You want to do our shout outs first to our people that
Oh yeah, we give a shout out to
always do that.
all day DJs.
There you go. Wayne's got it on his shirt. His son's DJ company there.
That's his took over my DJ business. He had a gig down in Rehoboth, got all the way down there and they canceled it.
Oh, good. No kidding.
Yeah, because of the weather. So
they didn't want to let him know before the fuck he came down there?
yeah, well,
or was it not? I don't know how that
I think it was just like spurred of the moment. It was a craft thing.
So that kind of sucked for him not to go down there.
But his Aunt Amy lives down there, so that's where they hang out. They probably spent the night there last night, so it was a good trip anyway.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then just got Annette McGraw.
It wasn't out of the way then. Yeah. Annette McGraw with the Blessed Kitchen Bakery. Always give her a shout with some good baked goods if you need anything in Pennsylvania.
I keep saying I'm going to get in contact with her.
We got to get a hold of her. Are we going to go over to you though? Is it too much to? No, maybe not. Maybe this way.
It's you.
I'm having a bad one today, folks. No, not really. I'm having a good day.
Any other businesses, right?
Not that we ever really, it's like I say, we're giving shout outs to things people will never see or talk about because we're not being paid. It's not a sponsorship. Tropical Bowls. I'm a big fan of them because granddaughter loves them. I do. They are good.
Are they doing good or just okay?
There again, I don't know how much of that business you ever expect it to be a total pack type thing. It's not that kind of business.
Yeah.
Now the coffee place. What's the new coffee place up there by, the old
cafe? So
yeah. There again.
I haven't been there yet.
It's good. Ryan and I went one day, and it was literally people waiting in line, people sitting in the tables and chairs, and it was making it go. They're doing good, I would say. But Tropic, I never see kind of like that. Once in a while, you'll see 2 or 3 people in there when you're in there getting bowls, and then they probably come and go in spurts.
Right.
In that thing. There might be 5 come in, and 30 minutes later, for 30 or minutes, there's nobody. Maybe, and then somebody comes in, a couple of people's out, but they're all right. And their bowls are good. I haven't had one of their smoothies yet. I make my own smoothies here now. So I really don't want to buy them. Don't have to. They're pretty easy to make. But yeah.
We got Five Below's opening up.
We're going to get a Five Below.
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply opened. Friends of mine went there, Chris and Terry. They asked me if I'd been. I said, no, not yet, but I want to get down there. And they said, it's a pretty nice store.
They need some black boots in there. I went in there to buy black boots, and they had not one black boot.
But they had boots?
But they had boots. Yeah, work boots and everything.
Yeah, like us.
Them ones they gave us at Worker. Them shoes are trash.
Them sneaks, I'm not going to wear them. I don't care about that.
I only wear them because I don't want to get my other ones messy.
See, why do companies do this? Look, the thought's right, but ABM kind of did it right for me. They gave you the $50, told you to go get them. Bring your receipt, and we'll pay you $50 for what you're getting, or put it towards it. And you might buy an $80 pair of boots, but at least you got 50 towards this. They only paid 30. Well, don't get people dumb shoes that I don't mind or somewhere. I don't know where they're at. I ain't wearing them. No.
They're trash.
Right. I saw them on your feet the other day, right? When you were in the boiler room.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what the hell they are. I think Wayne wears them.
And then stupid pants that look like suit pants.
Yeah. They gave us clothes that the only thing decent were the shirts. I'd still rather have the t-shirt type. I know the other one looks a little more classy.
I still wear t-shirts.
I do too. I wear both.
Because I only have 2 collared shirts.
I got 3 collars and 2 of the other. And 2 of the t-shirt.
Well, actually, I do got 3, but the other one's a 2X.
Oh, I'll take that from you. That's mine.
You want?
I might as well if it's 2X.
Yeah, I'll bring it to you.
And they don't really shrink. I've washed them in the water.
They don't shrink.
In the washer and dried them in the dryer. And they don't shrink.
I'll tell you, the t-shirts don't even shrink.
No, I don't know what the company. Of course, I didn't pay
We give them
attention.
props for that.
Give them props for the shirts. Pants look like you're going to a funeral, dress pants or a wedding, and the shoes look like there's something out of Countdown Special.
Two, 6 pairs of shoes for $5. That's what quality they are.
So we're really bashing the company here because they better get on the ball. We won't go into that live on the air, but Wayno, not me as much. I'm fine what's going on where I'm at. It's different though for the schools that are shorthanded, and so they better get it together, folks.
Yeah.
Anyway, how was yesterday? Wayno, might as well mention how things went yesterday.
Appreciation cookout went good.
Yeah, we had
we were a little short-handed.
Yeah, we were shorthanded because I had obligations, which were not.
I know.
Which were people obligations, friends with commitments prior to going to the thing. But the Fan Appreciation Day was held at what was the fire?
The Carney's Point Fire Rescue. They donated their what do you call it? Their hall to us.
Their hall, yeah, like that.
Which actually I was glad they did because it started push off in the beginning.
Yeah, I was going to say I knew you were running that. I said all days it has to do that. It has the day he has this thing.
We had
a nasty day, but
we had like 15 people.
But that's cool. It's the first one, so next year could be different. If the weather definitely is different, obviously it makes a big difference.
And we'll talk about it, and we can use it. I just have to get a hold of Chrissy and Brian Johnson, and they said we can use it anytime we want when we're doing something like that.
That's cool. That's nice. Nice that somebody's able to do that.
So shout out to the Carney's Point Fire Department.
Thank you for them, and thank you for their volunteer service too, for when they're needed to do the different things that they do. So don't want to forget that. We got a football game that's this morning in London.
Is that the Jets and the?
This would be the Jets and the Broncos, which kicks off at 9:30. You're not doing anything. Turn the TV on.
Oh, I did get some corrective criticism.
From who?
Thomas.
For what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
just
use us?
No, just some ideas about talking about more. Try to talk more about different teams too, instead of being heavy on the Eagles and Phillies. And I was like, I said, well, we tried that. I said, we talked.
I think, yeah.
And I told him, I says, then call in.
Yes.
If you call in, you ask me a question about what was that running back from the Giants? Scatterboo. Well, we're
going to talk about it.
So we'll talk about
it. I understand his not corrective criticism. I understand his
I shouldn't have said corrective criticism.
Like little hints of what to do better, what to add to the show. But we are a sport minded podcast to talk about everything, but obviously because we are Eagles fans, Phillies fans, Flyers,
and I think a lot of it is too is they compare us to like the radio stations we listen to and everything,
right?
And and that's great, but what you got to understand is they got tons of information just sitting right dead smack in front.
Right. We're not going that deep into it.
And they got everything come up on a computer screen. They got producers that look up
prompters and all that stuff. So, and those guys. So when you talk to 94.1, they talk basically about all the Flyers and the Phillies and the Eagles stuff. They don't go getting into Kansas City Chiefs unless there's a reason to.
If they're playing them.
If something happens all over the NFL, we are going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you this right now, then, just while it's on my mind. Once again, I have never seen more injuries in the league at 5 games into the season in my entire life. And there's more. Then, yesterday, the Penn State guy has nothing to do with this. So we're going out in college now. Penn State quarterback suffered a bad injury or something. He's going to be done. I mean, the injuries are just over the top. So is this all falling? If somebody gets injured over the years, 30, 40 years ago, it just seems like there were so much less injuries. Are the conditioning guys and the fitness guys, the guys that handle the weights and the guys that's their job to get you in shape, are they just not doing what they should be? These guys off season, are they working out off season? Are they doing what they should do to keep up the bodies, or what? Because I'm seeing more hamstrings, more ACLs, more. I realize the game's faster. It really is than it was back in the 70s even. And so, and you say that and you're like, well, it's no difference. Yeah, it's way different. Everybody's the equipment's better, lighter. Back then, running backs used the shoulder pad. You remember? Well, you still haven't watched it, Invincible.
No, I've seen it.
Oh, you did. So they had originally they wanted him to wear them big, broad pads that the running backs run, or the wide receivers and the special team, because he'd take a lot of hit. He couldn't run with that. To be fair, he wouldn't have made the team if he didn't go in and take them pads off, put the little dinky ones on.
Man.
So, and what's his name said, "What are you doing?" He said, "You'll get killed with them." He said, "Does it really matter?" He had to make the team. So that's when he went out again to race those last two guys and ended up touching the cone before. Why? Because of the weight. He had to get rid of some weight. He was already fast.
Yeah, I remember that.
He just wasn't quite fast enough to be first.
And that's the movie when he got hit out of bounds.
But
and they weren't supposed to hit him, and they
yeah. Well, in the real making of the movie, yes, they weren't supposed to blast him that hard. That's what they killed him. Really, he even said he really got bounced pretty good. But what I'm just saying is, there's things to talk about. Is just my thing is, there's not much to go on right now. The Eagles are 4-2, lost 2 in a row. I can't understand what's going on, and if a lot of this falls on Kevin Patello, then it's time. He's not the guy. We're 6 games in. We're 4-2. We're lucky to be 4-2. Like you said, we were lucky to be 4-0. How the hell were we even that?
Man.
At that point, we managed those wins. It doesn't seem, and we faltered instead of getting better. Jaden says we got to get better every week. We'll get better every week. We figure it out. Well, you were 4-0. Now you're 4-2. Where's the better at? Wouldn't that mean you would be 6-0? I had us pretty much at 5-1 at this point. Literally did have a loss and it wasn't the Giants. It was
I had us at 4. I think I had us at 4-2.
Okay, I had us at 5-1.
But the loss was against the Giants.
And the loss, I don't think who were our wins? Because my loss wasn't the Denver Broncos either. Thought we had a close one. We had another close one in there. I thought that's the team we would have lost to. Oh, darn it. I can't remember.
I think mine was a loss against Broncos.
Was it? Yeah, here you go. It's all about perfect now.
No. Well, no. Yes. Because I didn't pick the Giants to be a loss.
No, you didn't. Let me go here.
Either game.
I'll give it to you, folks. I can get that pretty quick. Schedule.
All right, let's see what we got.
Asher to the wood. So we beat the Cowboys 24-20 in week 1. That was a close one.
I pictured that.
I picked that. Oh, the Chiefs. Yeah, I really thought the Chiefs would have came back after the Super Bowl and handled it. Well, I almost did.
That was my loss.
So our 2 wins in the very beginning were a 4-point win the first game, 3-point win the second game. Then we beat the Rams by 7, a touchdown. And that was a big scoring game. And then we beat the Bucs am I sure it was the Chiefs or was it the Bucs? Wow. We beat the Bucs 31-25. Was so glad they did beat that one. Yeah, it might have been the Bucs.
See, if we had a producer, he could go back and find out, but we don't have one.
See, if you were paying us, people, we had some sponsorship on this thing. I wouldn't have to go to work.
Oh, God,
just live off the things for a week, each week to week. Anyway, and then we lost to the Bronx by 4. We lost to we got crushed by the Giants. 17-point loss. That Giant game was. That is ridiculous. That's it. All right, so when we do come back, we got the Vikes at the Vikes. It's a 1:00 game next Sunday.
Speaking of that, Joey was talking to Joey about that game, and he said, they're definitely going to ban the touch push next year.
I know you texted me that.
He said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because the Giants faked an injury on us, so they didn't get it banned."
Yeah, and I don't think that guy was injured. I mean, nobody likes.
He's got a point, man.
It's getting annoying to me. I want it used when it needs to be used.
Yeah,
we're getting out of hand.
They ran that thing 3 times.
And if that's Sirianni allowing him to do it, he's no better of a damn head coach than I thought he. What's he just go ahead and do it? I don't care. Whatever.
What is he? Just an emotional speaker? Sirianni?
Yeah. I mean, it makes you wonder. What is his thing? He doesn't. As much as everybody, look what Sirianni's done in the first 4 or 5 years of his career with the Eagles. No, your players did pretty much that when you had a good team in that sense, and now you're not directing a team that needs help because you got rid of a lot of people last year. Yeah. You brought in only a few, and you didn't bring in the right ones of the right positions. To me,
right?
You let an edge rusher go now, and now we're looking for somebody to be that. We don't have it. You let it froze up there. What did that? And I went. Wherever he went, which I should know, but we don't really because it's not important to us in that sense. But um, he's lighting them up. He's had a couple interceptions already this year. He's playing good coverage. We would not have had to pay him a lot to stay, Isaiah Rodgers. He could have stayed for not bad. You're letting everybody else go. You got to pay somebody.
Man.
This is what happens when teams win Super Bowls, though, sometimes. The Chiefs, a lot of their guys went and moved on. They're hurting in some areas, too. So you get that run. But how did the Patriots do it all the time, though? You know why? Because I think after they made the run, Kraft either let some go, but brought in really good talent and paid people to come in.
And
the owner.
Brady took a couple pay cuts.
He did. I know he did. A lot of people don't know that. Maybe some do. But there was times when he took a few things to get, to pay Edelman or to make sure Gronk was paid. Or I'm thinking we're just getting to be. Really?
Yeah, I just don't.
Gronk?
Yeah.
He's kind of goofy the way he talks and stuff.
Yeah.
The way he is. Maybe that's why you don't like him. But I would take him as a tight end because he was good.
I would tell you.
He was good. That. Yes, he was very good. Not to say Goddard isn't. You had a good game with Goddard.
Mm-hmm.
You got too many. I got to tell you a little corrective criticism. You got too many guys from one team on a fantasy team.
I know.
And I do the same thing. So that's why you got 4. I had 2. And I'm like, wait, you can't have 4 in one game.
Yeah, because they're going to go on a bye, and I got it's the Eagles you're talking.
Yeah, I saw it.
Smith,
Goddard, defense, and the kicker.
Defense and the kicker.
You're kind of. Well, I don't want you to get rid of them. Obviously, you're just going to have to move.
You have to move some people.
You have to move some people around.
Drop some people.
But that's why they say you never want to do it. I'm guilty of doing it sometimes because all the good players that I want after the pick are all on the same team. For some reason, after people pick.
My team proved me that it just straight out sucks. Scotty had 2 people out. 2 people out and still beat me.
And don't say nothing. But Walt's got some. Oh, is he watching?
I don't know.
Does he? Does he ever? Well, he's got somebody. 0 other name. If we don't take him out, then I would do a sneak out.
We're back.
We're back.
As everybody still heard what we're saying.
So anyway,
that's why we got a little humor in it.
That's it's part of doing this. It's not a serious thing. Never was, never will be. But anyway, the Eagles are. So we're talking about that a little bit, in depth. I don't know what to say. I'm disappointed in a lot of things. The O-line too is not. Well, you lost Becton. If you lose a guy and you're not replacing him, you set the next guy to step up. So they always say next man up. That ain't working all the time.
Who was their center?
Cam Jurgens.
Yeah, is he still in, or is he injured?
I think he's still in. But what's his name?
Dickerson?
Dickerson's been in and out a lot. Yeah. But Becton was the big thing on that running stuff for Barkley. When they did plays where they're blocking side block, when they're cutting each one. Becton was the gem. Dude, we let him walk. He's went to Arizona, I think, Cardinals.
Yeah.
And he's doing fine. I mean, Cardinals not necessarily winning games just because of him or whatever, but he's doing his job out there.
What's his name getting fined from the Cardinals?
Oh, yeah.
Head coach.
Stetson? Is that his name?
The head coach?
Yeah, but his last name. What was he, the defensive coordinator for us?
Yeah.
Stetson was the offensive coordinator. Yeah. That's not the guy. Then I'm thinking of a different one.
I can't remember.
He got fined. Yeah, no, I did say it on sports.
But man, he did get in that dude's ass though.
He did.
But
he pushed him, didn't he, or something?
I don't know if he pushed him. Or he was just going like this.
No, I thought they said he literally.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
The dude after doing that, he got pissed off so bad he couldn't. He lost control or something. But so
anyway, he's overpaid.
I'm going to be, and they're also talking about chances of Brown being traded. Seriously, they're not. These aren't coming from reliable things. Rumors. Things come up on your phone. Always say rumors. That it would not surprise me if by November, whatever. I don't think they would do it before the trade deadline because they got to make sure. I think they wait unless they really got a deal for somebody.
Yeah.
I just think he wants. It's a shame. I think AJ likes it here. I don't think but I think
I think it's locker room.
If he personally told you the truth, he'd say, "Now I'm ready to move on. This is not what I want." They're not doing things right. They're not using him right. They're not. The schemes are terrible. Last year, everything fell into place. Well, why wouldn't you duplicate that? Yeah, I did hear about Lane
Oh,
Johnson.
you told me.
Yeah.
I got so many people telling me different things.
No, I know.
But
But Lane Johnson's very unhappy with what's going on.
He said that the teams know what's coming before we
he thinks we are just almost tipping plays then. And by doing that, I am so sick of Jalen when he goes to the line, look, starts to call, and he does it and he has to step back and look. You don't always have to do that. Go to the line, call the numbers of the play, and call it. He doesn't change the play every time he does this. He just does this. Nobody's moving on the defense. Nobody's moving at all. He's not, and he goes back. But it's every time. Isn't that's telling me either it's going to be a pass play on that? Anytime he goes under center, he usually hands it off, and anytime he's using the shotgun, he usually passes. Change it up.
Yeah.
If you're going under center, drop back and pass. Don't hand it off to Barkley. If you're going back in the shotgun to look around, then do it. Then either do a pitch maybe or do a draw play at the like you're going and draw. They know what we're doing and go to the ball immediately. The defense.
And they were saying that on certain, different plays, your running backs got to stand. They get in certain positions, certain plays that Barkley's like tipping plays without knowing it. Well, if everybody else in their mind, same thing when we were talking about that with the
pitching.
With pitching, who was the pitcher?
Strom. Well, there was two of them, but Strom was shown because the guy on second base was looking at what was in his glove and his hand and knew what he was going, and he was going for fastball. The guy on second was leading off to the batter. He just put his arm out like he was like that. That meant fastball. I don't know what he did for a curve either. Whatever, maybe like that. Maybe this is fastball and this was curve. That was Strom, but there was another pitcher too. There was a starter. Strom's a reliever that did it. I can't think of the starter. Was it Luzardo? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Maybe it was Luzardo.
But they were talking about that and that way he held his glove.
That's the thing.
And right. He's tipping the batters to know what was coming.
People are figuring stuff out in this league. You got to be smarter than the average.
They said the same thing about Barkley. Like if he's way he stands on the field for running plays, the way he's positioned for passing plays.
Right. So maybe you should just stand up and down like this until the whole thing's ready instead of just stand there like. Yeah, I don't know.
But if everybody else can see this, why don't the coaches tell Barkley that? If that's the problem,
right? If that part's really
true.
I think the Jalen thing is, and the fact that he's not running anymore at all, they know they kind of sense this.
You pay more attention.
You gotta look. He's not rolling out. He's getting in.
And I do know that
he's getting caught in that pocket.
Well, that's what you gotta do nowadays. Look at Dart. Dart's in his second game,
and he rolls out almost every time.
He looked like Joe Namath, man. Dart was throwing darts all over the place.
He looked like Fran Tarkenton. Remember Fran used to, and that's way back now. We're going. He would back up and roll out to the right when he did so many.
The way he
not
played,
every play, but a lot.
The way he played, Dart played. Here you go. Tom's talking about somebody else.
Yeah, we're talking about the Giants, not your team, but
Dart came out and played like he was Doug Flutie. When Doug Flutie came in for that game against Jacksonville, was it Jacksonville? I can't remember. The quarterback got hurt. Johnson got hurt, and then Flutie came in and just lit it up like the 4th of July, rolling out passes.
Remember when he made the big Hail Mary pass? But that was in college.
Oh God, yeah.
That was Boston because he went to Boston College. For college, and he threw that big one. But
I can't believe I remember that.
Oh God, here we go. Me neither.
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flute.
Everybody else, new ones watching, like, the hell, Doug Flutie.
Yeah, well, we have. I said Fran Tarkenton. Good Lord, these people. If anybody watched who the hell frick's that? They know the old guy. People know history if they know like we do.
Yeah.
They know. I mean, I know more of the history than I do maybe the modern day. Today's guys I know enough, but.
Before we go off the air, I gotta go out to the truck and get this thing I picked up at a yard sale.
Okay.
The trivia things, Phillies trivia.
Oh, cool.
Deck of cards and everything.
So there's another thing. Maybe we can leave the Eagles alone right now. We pretty much get. We'll just wait till next Sunday and hope.
We've been on them for 20 minutes.
Anybody out there? Where's Cheyenne from Georgia? Where you at, Cheyenne? Let's be calling in.
These winds blow you away or something?
What's the weather down there like? The Falcons win last week? I think they did, didn't they? Last week, I mean, I wasn't sure. Since what happened?
No.
Wow, somebody on TV. I see him. Anywho, the Phillies. What overall happened here? Let's kick it around just a little bit. What happened?
Let's kick it.
Other than let's not.
The pitcher did not blow that game, even though
And
it was a crucial
he
mistake.
blew that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well,
he's not the reason why they
but
lost
that exactly. That's how you have to look at that. That people always want to pick one thing. We don't want it if Kirkland picked it up. No, we wouldn't. We would have went to the next inning. It had nothing to do with winning. It had something to do with losing it.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with winning. We lost that game because we can't hit the damn baseball.
You got all these high-priced people.
One game.
They had what?
We had good one game.
How many hits did they? I think I saw a stat that said somebody had 1 in 11 at bats.
Well, there were a couple stats going around of the guys, but if you're going to take the top three, at one point they were 0 for 23 or something, maybe.
Yeah, that's what.
That was the top three at one point. Yeah,
the top three.
And
so that would be Turner, Harper,
and even Schwartz.
And Schwartz.
All you do during the regular season. Now it's coming up on my phone. Bring him back. Is he coming back? Would you bring him back? I got the whole list. I got the list of all the free agents for who's available in our contracts and who will let go.
That's what we'll do next Sunday. We'll just sit here and
I'll go down them then.
You know him a little bit better than me.
If you want to do
so
that.
I'll ask you, and then you can tell.
Yeah, you can give me the list. Well, whether you think they'll keep them, or I got some ones I think.
Who's the first person you would get rid of?
Casty.
Okay. Second. A pitcher.
All right. So
you're never going to lose a pitch.
Well,
you think we'll sign him?
No. Strom probably will go.
Oh
God. Alvarado. I think it was Jose Alvarado they'll let walk this year. I do. He's got a pretty big contract too. That he's owed. So yeah.
They were talking about Ranger.
Suarez. I don't know if I'd let him go or not.
They're not saying they would let him go. They think the Phillies are going to let him go.
Well.
Because of money.
But maybe he didn't do half bad though.
No.
You got to figure the money thing out, but that's what they're for. So I'm not that good to do any of that. So some of the bigger contracts probably will get let go. I think Marsh's days in Philly are limited, which means yes, he probably will be one of the ones go. Kepler, because even I was talking to my son about this, Ryan, about the prospects. This is the year coming now. The year coming next year, really, but the coming year. Well, you're going to see the Phillies finally bring up some of their prospects that are ready. Crawford Boy should be ready. Aiden Miller, shortstop, will probably be brought up. Andrew Painter, the pitcher, I'm sure will be brought up this year. Everybody wanted him to come up this year when they brought that Abel that we ended up trading.
Yeah.
That guy, we brought him up with him. They want to make sure Painter's right, which I like in a sense. You can't rush people in this. That's the way baseball and hockey's done. You can't bring the kids up too early. And if they're a phenomenal superstar, we'll just say how many times are there Mark McGuire's and Sammy Sosa's and Barry Bonds and Henry Aaron that would ever made it up when they were 18, 19. It just doesn't happen. They have to be down in the system to learn, to get experience, to get especially innings on an arm. You can't bring a fresh arm right out of college or whatever and expect this young kid to throw. And if you do, you burn him out in 2 years. His arm will be gone. So he has to play down there and something to come up. That's what, I'm just making, and a lot of people know that. I'm just saying in case people, why don't we bring their up? We got these prospects. Well, It takes time. It takes time.
So do they keep Bader or do they let him go?
To me, you keep Bader. You got to figure out how you're doing with a contract. If you give him a 2 or 3 year, I keep him. He's probably one of your best outfielders right now on the field.
Realmuto?
I'd love to keep JT. He's getting old. Every year's another year older. At times he's hot at the plate, good. At times then he looks terrible. He's a great catcher still. As far as behind the plate, there's probably none better, or he's in the top 3 or 4 in the league. It's catching.
I think you keep him if you can get him on a 2-year.
If you can get there again, if they just want to release people because these guys don't want to stay anymore, but you've done this for 4 years now in a row. We've lost in playoffs. We haven't moved on for the last 4, I think it is. And you're losing in the first round. You're not even making that effort to get to the next one where it gets tougher.
Damn, we turned into the Sixers.
Oh, God, don't say that, Wayno. Well, when you had that look on your face, I'm like, we did something wrong. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of people they're going to have to think about a lot of obviously your Harper stays, your Trey stays because of their contracts are longer term. Unfortunately, I'm sure.
Schwarber's the only one's contract.
Unfortunately,
up, right?
No, I think there's a couple other ones. I'm not sure.
No,
I don't know.
I mean,
As far as the big name guy, yeah, he's not. But I'm sure. I say this
we
with
gotta keep him somehow, man.
hard for me to say this, but my daughter-in-law would rather see Harper go.
No,
She is
if it came
not
down,
Harper
if it came down
fan.
to keeping one of the two,
Schwarber or Harper's. There's just had a bad
but
year.
the only problem is with getting rid of Harper is you got this big ass contract.
Yeah,
he
you
got.
see, you can't do that. You can't let dead cap money walk or get rid of just because you don't like the guy and he's not working out. You're stuck with it. He had a few good years with us. Yeah, he did when he came in. You forget about maybe the last couple of playoffs where he was very hot. Not this year, last year, the year before, yes, where he was good when it counted. It can't do everything. This year, he didn't do it. So everybody's kind of down on him, and the guys around him didn't pick him up. They didn't do it. So it's a tough one. If Schwarber could agree to some kind of a contract, he can go anywhere and get big. I think Boston Red Sox would end up signing him if he don't go with us, because they say bring him home. That's where they want him. That's because I guess he went to Boston. So it was a thing on my Instagram on my phone.
Mhm.
Bring him home, and they want him to give me. He's going to look around. I'm sure. I would be interested in bringing him back for another year. Yeah, I just don't know how that contract would go. You do a year? Is he going to want a 2, 3? He's probably going to want. He would like to get like a 3-year. I'm sure.
Who's that?
Schwarber.
Schwarber. Yeah.
Wherever he goes, if he stays with us, we're not. You don't think they're just going to do a yearly thing with him, do you?
No, I don't think. I don't think he would sign for one.
Right. That's what I mean. So if our guy's not willing to do 3, a long term, short term, long term, but because he's up there, he's getting up there in his years too, a little bit now. He's not old, but he's up there. So they got to figure it out. Wayne, I still say, even though hitting was terrible, the middle relieving position people were the guys that let us down and lost this series at the end of the season here.
What was the point? Still baseball. What was the point in starting Nola?
Well, I know,
and then bringing Ranger in,
because Nola a lot of times, and a lot of teams in the playoffs will have their starters in their bullpen, the starter guys, not just bullpen. You don't really. So now you're only playing a series for 5 games or 7. And then when you get to the final 7, right? 5 games or even the 3-game one. So you put your best of your best all the time. Nola's had history of going past 3 or 4 innings, which he was pitching good those first 2, and then he loses it. So how do you know the next inning you bring him in, he don't start getting blasted? Yeah. Now you got to wait to pull him out. So they had Ranger fresh. They give Nola a couple innings. I kind of didn't mind that. I mean, I would have let him maybe go a 3rd inning or something. Maybe a little more than what they did, and then bring Ranger in. But you do put some of your starters in that position. If the whole thing boiled down to, if we'd had Zach Wheeler, if he'd have been healthy and with us, it would have been Zach, Suarez, or Sanchez, and Luzardo as your 3 starters, period.
Right.
Now you would have had Nola and Suarez in the bullpen with the other middle relievers and really been able to pick a good choice of a good crop of guys that you want to bring in in the middle relieving innings. Because I think we got let down in the middle. I really do.
Yeah.
And I know not overly pretty happy with Duran as far, I say pretty happy. Not bad. Out of feeling 100% that this guy was good for bringing him in. No, I feel like he probably gave us 80% of what we thought he was going to be for the closer.
Right.
And he had a few boo-boos and mistakes and things. Yes. That's where they're at. It's going to come down to pitching, and hitting is a hit and a miss. How about Stott? I always call him Stott. Stott, do you keep him? Because you could.
I say you keep him if he gets rid of that damn song. You get rid of the song, he can stay. If he's going to keep the song, he's out. That's enough value.
That is not your thing. I like Harper's song, but they don't play it all the time. I bring Sally up. I like that one, but they don't always do it. Anyway, well, this is the humor part of our show, people. So this offseason will be interesting. This winter will be very interesting to see where the Phillies go and what they do. Probably some, like I said, next week, if you want to go over the names, we'll do that. We won't get it. I'll put it on my phone and I'll screenshot it and then I'll have it to you so you can go down. It shows their contract. It shows their name and their year, what they're being paid right now as their salary. So that's how I'm going to kind of base a little bit on it. Also, just guys I think that are expandable to be let go. I mean, Kirkring. No, I think I would still keep Kirkring. It was a boo-boo what he did. He admitted it in the interview. He admitted, he goes, I got, what did he say? Ball came back to me, and when I fumbled it, I got rattled. And I saw that guy coming down out of the corner of my eye, saw him coming down third base line, and I just froze and threw the ball real quick to JT, even though JT, he wasn't even looking at JT. And you're not going to be in a moment. JT's going like this to first when the ball even went to him. Maybe that's what he did. He looked at JT's hand instead of looking at the ball, and he fumbled the ball. He should have just picked it up nicely. I think he still would have got the guy first. I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Close,
but
real close. But he would have. But he didn't. So he didn't do that, and that hurt him big time, dude. That had to crush him, literally. So, but he's a good pitcher. I think. Yeah, I think he's fine to be a middle reliever kept for us, or a seventh inning guy, or an eighth inning guy. I don't know. Move the guys around. Make some different things. But we'll have to see what the farm system holds. Like I said before. And these guys got to come up. If somebody's ready to come up and play this spring and get some, Painter, and I want to see Painter, Crawford, and the Aiden Miller, who's really doing good down there. These are guys I'm talking about that are having good AAA, years, or they had a good AAA year. So, but we'll let that go. Who do you think that's in it now is going to win the World Series? Well, I mean, now that we're not, we want to talk about some other people. Let's do that.
Who we got?
How about the Mariners beat the Detroit Tigers the other night on a walk-off single? They win their series, which everybody thought Detroit would have won that one. And this Mariners, first time in 24 years that they'll be in the playoff at the ACLS. So first time in 24 years. That's pretty good for them. So we got the Dodgers left. We got the Milwaukee Brewers. We have the obviously the Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays, right? So is it down to that's the last four?
Yeah.
Okay, so Toronto's been really good, but they peaked early.
So who they play?
I think they got Seattle then. Okay. And then the Dodgers have Milwaukee, right? I'm pretty sure that's it. Or am I missing
something? Who do you want to win that? Who do you want to win out of that?
Let's first do National League and American League.
All right. Who do you want to win out of American?
American League, out of that two, I want to go with Seattle Mariners, not the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, me too.
Number one, Toronto's not in America. I say that
Canadian.
So
I can't do it.
And that's not. I'm being funny. I'm not. That's just. If you didn't get it as a joke at 5 minutes,
we had some people kind of at my dad's timeshare in Florida.
Cool. When's it end? Some of them can be. We're not talking about timeshares now, all right? Is that just so you know? All right, that's who I want to win out of American League. National League. Definitely don't want the Dodgers to win. Yeah. So I will go with the Milwaukee Brewers. I think they're a good team. And plus they have Reese Hoskins on their team. That's where he plays. Yeah. So I'll go with the next Philly. I'm trying to bring it up here.
You wish he came back to Philly?
Yeah, I would have liked to see him back in a uniform. I do. So the Mariners play today. The Mariners and the Blue Jays' first game of their season is 8:00 tonight. And then Dodgers and the Brewers and the Mariners play. The Mariners play the second game tomorrow. Dodgers and the Brewers play their first game of their series tomorrow at 8:00 in Milwaukee. So Milwaukee, I think, they have home field advantage for the series, and the Blue Jays must have the home field advantage over the Mariners, as far as more games will be paid there,
right,
than the other one. But I'm still going. That's who I want. Mariners versus Milwaukee that'll be a different World Series to have two different teams that right?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Dodgers won it last year, correct? Yes. So Yeah, get the Brewers to Seattle, something different, man. Different market. Anyway, that's enough for baseball because that's another thing. We're out. We're down in football right now, losing. We're out in baseball. Flyers lost last night on an overtime loss,
Good.
which I don't think was. I was watching it.
So that's what, 2 losses?
That's 2 out of the gate. Ain't scoring too many here right now. They're kind of got to figure their ways out a little bit with the scoring and the.
How many shots on goal they have?
And they were less in that than the other team too. I keep preaching to Ralph. I said, these guys are not taking enough shots on goal, not putting enough shots on the puck. I think who was it they played last night? Poop. Too many things in the mind. The other team had 39 shots on goal for the game. The Flyers had 25. That's a difference of 14 shots on goal. That's a lot. They played the Carolina Hurricanes and they lost 4-3. Carolina's 2-0. We're 1-1. So last night was a tie, not a tie. Last night you get a point for losing in overtime.
Okay.
You don't get a loss. But if we'd overtime was almost over too. It was down to seconds when this happened. If they'd have ran out, because they only played 5 minutes in overtime, which is another thing I don't care too much about. And then they go into that shootout.
Okay.
Then they do the shoot. You make it, or I miss it, and you make it, and then they win. Whoever wins to make it. I don't like the shootout thing as much. I'd rather them play. What is the 5 minutes after regular? Because it's hard on them because they're tired after one game. Well, that's part of the game.
Yeah,
Can't you play 10 minutes? And then somebody say, if that wasn't enough, then you'd want 15. No, I think 10 minutes I'd stick with. But anyway, well, they said we had a goal before that would have ended the game. And they said it was goalie interference. So our guy came in, the goalie was in the crease, and you have to try to avoid hitting him and into the good net, or you have to avoid him as much as you can. And he said when he released the puck, whenever our guy came into the goalie and hit him, and but it looked like to me he was trying to avoid him, even though he did hit him, that he wasn't, like hitting a quarterback. Sometimes you go like that when you hit him, or you don't just come in and nail him, like right. So I didn't think he did that, and they ruled it no goal. It would have been 4-3 Flyers at that point. They said, nah, that wasn't a goal. Interfered with the goalie. And then right after that, Hurricanes got the puck back within a couple minutes. Less than that, they scored a goal. So shame. Flyers, this is going to be a learning, building year. They're young. They're very young. Got a new coach, which is fine. Rick Tockett's a good coach. I'm still not real happy with our goalie guy, Harrison. I really think we could have, or no, they had Vidal in last night. I forget how you say his. That's not how you say his name. That's how it's spelled. Vladel or something like that. Vidal. He's okay. We got okay goalies, but we don't have a superstar goalie. And I really think like we did when we had Bernie Perron back in the day, when we had Ron Hextall, had those kind of goalies. Even when he had Carter Hart, his first year with us before everything unfolded, was really good. You got to have. We had one. We got rid of him years ago. Bob Bobrovsky. Sergio Bobrovsky, however you say the name, we got rid of him, and he's going on to have a really good career with who he's with. I mean, top 5 goalie in the league. He's one of the top 5 goalies in the league, Bobrovsky. So, just going to be there's 2 guys that are going to play the next game that they're bringing in, Lachenko and the other new center that did make the team after being drafted his first year. So this is a guy and he went down and played a little bit in the AHL. As far as like a warm up, and they're going to try him on the roster the next game, which is not tonight or tomorrow. I forget when it is. But we'll see. There's a rare case of he's a center. You don't usually make the team your first year in. You usually got to go play minors and stuff like that. So we will see how this guy does. But they say he's good. Grabanko, I think, how do you pronounce his last name? I guess everybody's sleeping on us today, bub.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Look like everybody.
It's a miserable day.
Yeah, it's nasty. Windy right here. We're not getting the rain that they're getting down the shore.
Pennsville beat the hell out of Pennsgrove a couple
Did they?
weeks ago. Yeah.
There we go. A little local. Let's get some local sports. Something to talk
I
about.
think got 3 wins this year.
I think so.
Yeah. They just not great.
No.
I wish they bring that Thanksgiving game back. But
yeah, that's a shame. Back when even I was in high school, and even after that, after I got out of high school, they always still had that for a while. That old Thanksgiving game. A lot of people like that game.
And it
meant something too.
That's like the homecoming game, right? I remember when I was younger going to homecoming game, man, the whole damn town would be there.
Yeah.
But you got the homecoming game that starts at 6:00.
Right.
On a Thursday night. And you got people that are still at work. I mean, it's not like it used to be where people would work 8 to 4, 4 to 12, and 12 to 8, like DuPont used to be. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Now they work all kinds of different things.
Yeah, no, I hear you. What I got to do. So do what you either end it or I can't put my pants.
This guy's got to take a dump.
Shut up. Jeez, that's the humor side of this. That's it.
I got to take a dump too. So what's the difference?
We're going to end it here on a note of it's been great talking to you.
Does that make this a shitty show?
But I got to go. Duty calls. And it's ready to call now.
So we're out.
Peace out. Have a great week. Sorry we didn't get to talk to our regulars, but maybe next week.
Yeah.
We'll get back into it. That's what we got. If you got any questions and you want to call us next week, call in. We didn't give our number this week's a little late now, so we don't worry about it. But we'll give our number out and call in, talk about whatever you want to talk about. For the one of you that's watching, the one or two of you that's on the line, man. This group. So, all right. It's been fun.
We're out.
Peace out, people.
Peace.